everyone. This is Coach Raychelle. I'm just saying hello. How you doing? I hope you guys had an amazing spring break. I hope you were able to relax, relate, and just do whatever it is you wanted to do. I know I did, and I feel 100% better because of it. Spring break was a much needed break for me, and I'm glad it came. I had the adventurous spring break. I went to a dude ranch and was able to do some horseback riding, fed some longhorns, threw tomahawks, went jeeping, which was like an experience within itself. I have a very good friend who jeeps, and you know, she loves it and whatnot. Well, now I understand the thrill of jeeping. If you haven't done it, you need to try jeeping. It was really an experience, and so even talking about it right now, I get tickled because it was like something I had never done before. And so that was fun. You know, this spring break was about adventure and doing something that I've always wanted to do. I am a country girl. I love outdoors. I love horses. I love ranches. That's just me and my element. So, you know, when that song, "One Day You'll Look for Me and I'll Be Gone," well, one day you'll look for me and you don't have to wonder where I am. I'm on some land. I'm on a ranch. I am outside. I am doing the things that God has intended for me to do, and that is enjoy nature. So after having said all of that, I'm looking forward to this week's topic. This week's topic is how to combat teacher burnout. Now, I know there's a lot in the news about burnout, the pandemic, and teachers burned out because of the pandemic. We're losing first year teachers or quitting at an astounding rate, new teachers. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I have had experienced burnout, and on Wednesdays with Coach Raychelle, you will hear more about, we're gonna have real conversations about my experience with burning out in education. However, let me preface that with saying this. My first 5 years of teaching were the best 5 years ever. Grading papers weren't an issue. Discipline problems weren't an issue. I taught my butt off. I taught third grade for the first 3 years and fifth grade for 2 years in that first 5 years. And I had an amazing time. So I personally have a hard time relating to being a teacher with burnout. I just do. And it's, you know, I think when I started in 94 and now things are totally different. However, education hadn't changed. You know, you're going to have meetings. You're going to have, it's stressful. It has always been stressful. My mom is a retired teacher of 32 years. It was stressful for her. And get this, my mom's first paycheck, like her bring home paycheck, was $400 with all she was doing. Like, she taught self-contained. That means, for those of you who don't know what self-contained is, you have all content areas you're teaching to that one class all day long. You're responsible for teaching reading, math, science, social studies, fine arts, music. The only content my mom did not teach was PE to her class. That's the ancillary they went to, was PE. She taught her kids how to play the flutophone. She was like, for $400 every 2 weeks. And that was in HISD. She retired from HISD. So I say that to say this. You're gonna, if doing the work and meeting the deadlines and the things that come with teaching that you cannot do, that you can't avoid, that's not causing burnout. Like, for a first year to 5 year teacher, first 5 years, you have to learn the system. You have to learn how to work the system. You have to accept that things things are the way they are. You might not agree with it. You might not agree with the curriculum. You may not even agree with the direction your principal is going with the school, but you can't let that affect you. You just do the job. And I think that's what happens with a lot of millennials that are, no, I'm not, you know what, I'm not going to, let me retract that. I'm not going to even say a millennial. That's what happens with a lot of beginner teachers. You have the mindset that I'm going to change the world. You're not changing the world. You're affecting the lives of those students you touch in your class on a daily basis. Outside of everything else that happens in your building, that's your priority. That's your number one responsibility. So that's for my novice teachers. And I'm going to get into that a little bit more when we talk about real talk. But the point for this week is identifying if you're at the burnout stage. How do you know you're burned out? What are the causes for teacher burnout? And what is research showing about, the effects of teachers and burnout? Like, just think about it. If 75% of your teachers in your building are experiencing burnout, they're either leaving the profession, and we're saying 75% now. 75% are leaving the profession, or they're ineffective teachers. So you have a campus with more than half of your teachers considering leaving, or they're ineffective. Who suffers? You're right, the students. Who's going to suffer in the future if we all say, okay, burned out, I quit. You're right. Your students, the country, basically, because we're going to have my grandson. Let me make it personal. My grandson is going to be affected because there are no good teachers left. So think about it. Whenever something closes or there's a downturn, downsize, the business is affected, right? The product is affected. The outcomes are affected. The services are affected. So my grandson would have people that are teaching him that are not qualified, or they're like the leftovers. Who wants that? I don't, for sure, because I didn't give not one of the thousands of children that I have taught. They never got my leftovers. So why do I want my kids, my grandkids, to have leftovers? Ineffective teachers. So my topic this week is to help you overcome burnout, to help you identify burnout, and to help you not give up on teaching. Like, this is a profession that is rewarding within itself. You don't see the rewards. The rewards are not instantaneous. It's not like everybody's going to get an award. You're not going to get pat on the back. Hey, babes, good job today. Oh, you did a great job getting all your kids in mastery. You're not going to get that. Only a handful of teachers get Teacher of the Year. I've never got Teacher of the Year because I'm not that person. I'm not the bubbly kind of person. I take care of my business, take care of my kids. I that's just not me. I'm not offended about it, but it's a thankless job. It really is. And your reward has to be knowing that you have made an impact in a child's life that they will never forget you. I have a student that's turning 35. Oh, Lord have mercy. And his wife DM'd me. I would love for you to come to his surprise party. He talks about you all the time. Do you know that for me, game over. Boom. I accomplished it. I made an impact in this student's life. And I can tell you stories, many stories about how many students call me back. I can just give you countless stories of students that contact me. But that's what it's about. It's about them saying, hey, Miss Baines, you made me believe in myself. You pushed me like nobody else did. I remember when you used to say this and that. You were funny. You were goofy. You made reading fun. That's my reward. When I retire, that's what I'm taking away from 30 years. When my mom retired, that's what she took away after 30 years. Like, it's not a joke. You either are passionate about teaching or you're not. You can't fake it. You can't improvise it. You can't hope that it's going to eventually come. You either have it or you don't. And that's the bottom line to it. So if you want more of this type of conversation, hey, and let me tell you, I'm not arguing it. This is from my perspective of my years of experience and my years of being in leadership positions, my years in HR hiring teachers, and my years as an instructional coach. This is my experiences based on the positions that I've held and how I felt as a teacher going through this educational journey. So if you don't agree with what I'm saying, cool, it's okay. But I'm not arguing it because this is my perspective. This is my take on teacher burnout. And so if you want to join in, you want to hear what I have to say, just tune in on Wednesday because we're going to have an amazing conversation. So I look forward to talking to you Wednesday. You all have a great week and take care of yourselves. That's most important. Take care of you. Do what makes you happy and that you feel is rewarding for your soul. So talk to you later. Have a great one. This is Coach Raychelle. I'm out. Bye.